Back in the day, the A11 was known as a watch that won the war. Issued to US troops during World War II, the original A11 set the standard for legible, durable, and affordable field watches. Over the decades, countless brands have taken inspiration from the A11's no-nonsense design language, but few have managed to deliver a watch that feels both true to the original spirit and modern. Enter the VARIO 1945 A11 Solar Quartz and Eco Gray, a watch that takes the vintage military aesthetic we love and brings it into the 21st century with solar powered reliability, everyday wearability, and a surprising level of refinement for its price point. The first thing you notice about the VARIO 1945 is how balanced everything feels. The 37mm case diameter, 45mm lug-to-lug, and 9.5mm thickness give it near perfect proportions. On the wrist, it feels neither too dainty nor too chunky, just right for a field watch that should be comfortable in almost any situation. The dial is really what steals the show. VARIO offers several colors, but this Eagle Gray version is particularly striking. It's a kind of gray that seems to shift slightly depending on the light, sometimes warm, sometimes cool, always interesting. The sapphire crystal with AR coating keeps reflections at bay, ensuring legibility remains top-notch, while the Arabic numerals and railroad-style minute track stay true to the A1's 11 utilitarian roots. One detail I absolutely love, the small red marking at the 12 o'clock. It gives the watch a personality without compromising its military heritage, and the lack of a date window keeps everything clean and symmetrical, a decision I applaud. Inside beats the Miyota 2170 solar power quartz movement, and this is where the 1945 A11 really shines, literally and figuratively. Charge it under sunlight or even indoor lighting and it keeps it running for 4 months without a second thought. There's something liberating about a grab-and-go watch that never needs winding or battery changes, especially one that looks this good. This practically doesn't come at any expense of build quality either. The stainless steel case feels solid, the finishing is crisp, and the engraved caseback adds a meaningful touch. Flip the watch over and you'll find a beautiful engraved caseback commemorating Sadako Sasaki, the young Japanese girl who became a symbol of peace after the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. It's a thoughtful detail that elevates the watch beyond being just another field watch. It gives it a sense of history and humanity, something few watches at this price point even attempt. Field watches live and die by legibility, and the VARIO 1945 doesn't disappoint here either. The BGW9 lume is generous, glowing brightly enough to be useful but never feeling gimmicky. It's been applied on the hands and indices. There's even lume on the crown, a small but fun party trick detail that makes you smile when the lights go out. It's little touches like this that remind you VARIO is a microbrand that genuinely cares about its designs, rather than simply cranking out homages. One of the biggest surprises with this watch is how lightweight it is, 53 grams to be exact. On the wrist, it almost disappears, perfect for long days whether you're at the office, hiking, or traveling. Now there's a few drawbacks. One of them is the stock strap. It looks the part but feels a bit rough out of the box. Luckily, with a standard 20mm lug width, the strap options are practically endless. I swapped mine for 2 different VARIO leather straps, and the watch immediately felt twice as comfortable while keeping its vintage military vibe intact. However, the biggest drawback for me is the water resistance. At 50 meters is fine for daily life, hand washing, the occasional splash, maybe even rain, but I wish it were rated at 100 meters. That extra reassurance would have made this the ultimate go anywhere, do anything field watch. Still, for most people, 50 meters will be more than enough. At the end of the day, the VARIO 1945 A11 Solar Quartz nails what a field watch should be. Affordable, dependable, and good looking without trying too hard. The proportions are spot on for my 6 7/8 inch wrist, the solar movement makes it worry free, and the dial, especially in this gray variant, is nothing short of beautiful. Add in the historical knot on the caseback, the fun lume crown, and the fact that it comes in multiple dial colors, and you've got a watch that punches way above its weight class. Yes, I wish I had 100 meters of water resistance and a softer stock strap, but those are minor gripes in what is otherwise one of the best affordable military-inspired solar watches on the market today. Look, if you're looking for a field watch that costs less than $200, combines vintage charm, modern reliability, and a touch of thoughtfulness, this VARIO watch deserves a spot on your shortlist. Please let me know your thoughts on this watch and VARIO as a company. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for the support. Be safe out there and stay humble.